I finished my job at the same time every day.
She waited until she finished her work.
Our eyes met. We understood that we were waiting for each other in the same place. Indeed, I found it in the same place waiting. No one knows our love story except me and her only. The situation is critical. She is married and I am married, but we found together what we did not find in our husbands. She suffers from her husband's cruelty and dry treatment.
And I suffer from my wife's negativity and her insensitivity to me and her constant preoccupation with the kids.
I even wished to be a child so that you would treat me like them. We met in the same place and then we went to a garden in a quiet place and not a secluded one. We sat down, but this time the words were not like the previous words, and the looks were not as the looks promised us. We are on the way to a mysterious end and I hate mystery. She knows that she will not leave her husband because she is pregnant with him. I know that I will not leave my wife because I have 2 children with her, but what is the end? She surprised me with the question that got me out of the unconscious state. I looked at her unable to answer, and to know that women hate helpless men.
We must put an end to our interviews.
I looked at her in amazement. I know that women fidget a stunned man. She left me and went. I didn't know what to do. Or what to do in this situation. I only found myself in front of my house. I entered expecting to find the landscape I used to see every day. A fight between the boys. Then something comes out of the kitchen. The smell of food emanates from every corner of it, which I don't know when was the last time. I lived in one of them. But I couldn't find any of this. I found the house completely quiet as a place where children had never lived before. I found his lights dim. I smelled an attractive fragrant smell filling the place. I ran out of the house to make sure it was my home. Indeed it is. Then I ran home again and closed the door. I found her in front of me. Yes, I found her. I didn't know before that I was married to a beauty queen. We got married 5 years ago. I haven't discovered her beauty like today. I asked her, stuttering about the children. She replied, "The children are with my sister. They will stay for a week." It occurred to me that I would be honeymoon again, but I drove the idea out of my head, so as not to be shocked by reality. I asked her about food. She replied, "Half an hour ago. I prepared everything she wanted, and the dessert is ready after food." I asked her where I had been for so long. Approached. She whispered in my ear, "I was always by your side, but you did not see me. But today I decided to open your eyes to what you have not seen for years." She grabbed me by the hand and took me to the table and put food in my mouth like a little baby. How beautiful is the feeling that your wife treats you as her child, as in this case. She loves you without limits for nothing, unlike to love you as her husband. Love here is different. In this case she wants more love from you. For the first time in years, I feel like eating. But in eating anything that this nymph offers me, I started eating from her hand as if he had never eaten before. Oh ma'am, if you know how much. I am a little child. And I needed this a long time ago. I still ask and wonder, where have you been for a long time? I did not feel the time or the food, but I began to enjoy the beautiful sense of childhood. As soon as I finished eating, I found her hurrying and preparing a bowl of water and washing my hands and mouth. What a great sense of feeling, sir. How great you are my wife. I now feel an overwhelming desire to die for love in her arms. I can't describe to you what our night was like. I didn't feel like a man like today. I woke up in the morning and went to work after my wife said a warm goodbye. All the way I was remembering what happened between us yesterday. Everything invites me to ask for a week off to spend it with this wonderful creature, with my wife. I got to my office and remembered my coworker. Yes. How absent she was from me yesterday. I didn't remember her for a second. It never occurred to me. But I have to end our relationship. We must put the end. I have to go into her and tell her that the end has come and that everything is over. But she wasn't sitting at her desk as usual. What happened? I didn't care. I went to the manager. Applied for a week off. The manager was surprised that I was the only employee who had not applied for leave in years but agreed. I came home, and last night's traces were walking beside me, and holiday dreams were flying around me. But I couldn't find my wife. No trace of it. The phone rang. Was she my wife? She said in a voice choked with tears, "A lady came to the house today and said that she is your wife," as she said. I told my husband everything that was going on between us years ago. I caused a scandal. My husband kicked me out of the house in the clothes of the house and divorced me in front of the neighbors. I hung up the phone in panic. And panic was the last thing. I felt as I found a paper on the bed. In it. "Sorry, sir. The play ended yesterday. Wait for the divorce paper."